Welcome back, guys. We got another one for you. Let's do it. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you what we got today. I've got a bunch of stuff going on. I've got the truck all loaded. I'm getting ready to go hunting and I'll be gone for a couple days. But I'm trying to get a few things done around the shop here. So I'm going to show you guys one thing that we're working on right now. This one shouldn't be too terribly difficult, but there is a few things we got to do here. So here's what we got. This is a flat bottom John boat. It's got one of these hyperdrive mud motors on it. I don't know if we got any duck hunters out there, but I've done work on a few of these boats. So this one here, what we got to do is the customer wants some sort of a panel right here. I'm assuming right here. He didn't really tell me. And I think he's on graveyards. So I've texted him. He's not answering. But he wants this done for next Tuesday, and I may be gone until then. So I'm just going to try to do what he wants. He's got a switch panel here. I think it's just one of those ones you buy off Amazon. Just a universal switch panel that you can use for lights and stuff like that. We're going to cut a panel out. We're going to put it back there. Probably do that out of diamond plate aluminum. And then he's got these fancy lights. Well, the problem is I went through the box and only one of the lights has the mounting brackets. So that's kind of what I'm waiting to hear from him on. My plan is to burn some brackets that mount on the corners right here, and I'll just weld them on here. They'll have a hole in the center so that you can mount the light like so. Problem is, if he doesn't have the mounting bracket, then there's a good chance that he may want me to fabricate some brackets for it. So I'm just waiting to hear. So we got the light brackets there. There's a big light here, but I don't know the story on it. I'm assuming he wants it to mount in the center, but again, no mounting brackets, so I really don't know what the story is there. So I'm just going to start where I actually know what he wants done, and that is the switch panel. So I'm going to go ahead and start drafting that up. I've already started pulling some measurements. I think what I'm going to do is have it mount so it'll be about 15 inches wide here to here. And then it's going to come down. It may tie into this gusset here, and then I may tie it into this here. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. It's going to be 15 inches wide, and then I'm going to try to decide what kind of angle I want to put on that. I'd like it to have a little bit of angle so that when he's standing up he can see what's on and what's off, and it's not vertical and harder to see. If it was on an angle a little bit, I think that'd be better. I'm just going to start drafting, pulling some measurements, and we'll just see what I come up with. And when I get to that point, I'll give you guys an update. Let's get after it. Alright guys, so here's what I got. I did burn this bracket. It's got some tabs on it. Now I don't know exactly where these tabs are going to hit. If I need to custom bend them or break them, then I will. That's our bracket so far. I am going to break this at 1 inch, so I'll show you guys how that's going to work out. But right now I'm going to lay this out. I'm going to go ahead and break it. Our switch bracket fits in there nicely. You can see there's enough meat there that he'll be able to attach it with the screws that came with the kit. You can see it fits nicely there. It's coming along. I'm going to go over and break this, and then we'll get it on the boat and I'll show you what it looks like. Let's go break it. All right, so there's our custom bracket. It's gonna fit right there. I did cut this tab in this corner off. We don't need it. Plus, you'd have had to bolt it through the hole, and we don't want to do that. So it's gonna have a bolt here, and a bolt in this gusset, and that's gonna be plenty sturdy. It shouldn't vibrate. All right, guys, I think the battery died in the middle of that, but I did get the holes drilled. I got the bolts ran through, so now I'm just gonna hurry and tighten them up. Good and sturdy. Okay, that'll mount there. Okay, so there's a look at that. I think that's gonna work good. Should keep a lot of the moisture out here from getting to the back of the wires. You know, there's a lot of angles going on here. You got this angle, it angles down. There's this angle, so it kind of had to be a custom bent thing. I think that's done. All right, guys, I want to stop the video for just a second, and I think this is something worth mentioning. I had somebody reach out to me that is a viewer of the channel, and that's this guy right here.
How's it going?
And his name is Connor
Zorn.
Connor Zorn, and he runs a welding and fabrication business in Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, right?
Yep.
And any of you guys that are in that area, if you need some welding or fabrication work done, check out his business. It's Stack and Dimes Welding and Fabrication. He showed me pictures. He's got a beautiful shop. He's got a beautiful fleet and guys working for him. He's got an awesome thing going on there. So check him out. And then this is his soon-to-be father-in-law. And this is Russell Myers. So it's been fun chatting with him about welding and fabrication, and it's awesome meeting good people through YouTube. And I'm blown away that somebody likes the channel enough that they would want to reach out to me. So it's pretty cool, and I appreciate these guys coming out. It's just been a really cool experience. So just wanted to introduce those guys to you, and we'll get back to the video. So now I gotta move over to these light brackets, and I think I am gonna do just a corner bracket here for the corner ones. He's got this one, but man, I don't have any. There's no mounting brackets for it. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on this one for a minute. I'll get back to you guys. All right, guys, so I got the center bracket for the large light cut. I'm gonna break it on either end, and then I'll show you how it mounts on there. And I've got two corner brackets for the two smaller lights, and I'll show you those when we get over there, but we're gonna break this real quick. All right, so that brake didn't break it as tight as I would have liked. Sometimes that's what you deal with, especially when your equipment is subpar. So I'm going to grind this sharp spot right here to where the radius is right, and that should close that gap up, and then I'll weld it. So that's my plan for the center one. I didn't want it hanging out front because usually you'll end up tearing your lights off if you do that. I know because I've done it. So we'll go ahead and get this one prepped up. These are what the corner brackets look like. So I've just got to clean those up a little bit, knock the paint off here, and then I can go ahead and start welding these out. Shouldn't take too long. I've got to hurry because I got to try and get out of town by noon. So I still got a whole bunch of stuff to pack for hunting, so I got to hurry and get this done. And then I'm just going to park it outside for the customer. They'll come get it when they get a chance. All right, we're going to get those parts prepped. We'll get the welder rolled out. We'll see if we can't get them welded up. Alright guys, we're going to start with the quarter brackets. See if we can get this tacked on. We're running 1/8 inch 4043 rod, straight argon. Got the welder set at about 200 amps. So let's see if we can do this. Tacking with one person can be a little tricky. Yeah, I figured you were working grades, I'm sorry. Well, I ended up putting light brackets on the front corners for your lights, and then just finishing up welding up the center one for the big one on the front. Okay, and then I built your switch panel back by the motor, and it's done. I guess the only question I had is, the problem I have is I've got to leave at noon, but I'll have it done. I'll have everything I just told you will be done. The only question I had is I noticed in the box you don't have any of the brackets for the lights except for one of them. Oh, okay, perfect. Then you should be good. I'll just park it out back. Like if you don't want to come get it right now or whatever, don't worry about it. I'll just park it out back and you get it whenever you want. I'll just get with you when I get back. I'm going back up there. Try to get one. Man, I freaking missed a big one on Friday. No, not Friday. On Monday. Monday was the last day I was up there because I came home for all that hurricane weather. So I came down for that and went to work and saved some vacation, and then I'm gonna go back up. Oh, you bet. I knew you wanted it for Tuesday, and you know where I didn't know when I was gonna be back, I thought I'll just try and get it done. So hopefully it's what you want. Okay. Customer finally called me back now that I'm done. So luckily everything was how he wanted it, so hopefully everything works out good and he's happy with it. He said it sounded exactly like what he wanted, so we'll get this last one welded out and then I gotta start packing. It's always hard to put stuff like this level on a boat because a boat sits in the water typically with the nose up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eyeball it with the profile of the nose on the boat. So I'm just looking down the side here and I'm matching the angle on the nose of the boat. He'll have adjustment with his light, so it's not that big a deal, but I think that'll look the best. So that's what we're going to go with. Okay. Hey, here we go. I think I'm going to try to knock these side ones out first. They're going to be a little tricky because I've got to come up around. So let's give it a whirl. Alright guys, final look here. So here's our brackets. He'll be able to drill the hole wherever he needs it. He says he's got the brackets for the lights at home, so, which is good news because I was afraid he lost them or something. You can see I just put a big stitch in the middle, 2 on the outside, and then I went ahead and welded pretty heavy on these corners on both sides where they wrap around the tube in the front. Profile looks good, pretty happy with that. And then of course we've got our switch bracket. It's good and sturdy. Guess I'll put that back in the box. So that wraps this one up. I got a bunch of stuff I gotta hurry and pack, throw in the truck, and get out hunting. So I'll try to take a little bit of video up there. I know some of you guys that watch the channel kind of like to see what we do on our downtime, so I'll try to take some videos of that. I'm really hoping that I can put some pictures on of a big buck, but I guess we'll see. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the support, and we'll see you on the next one. So I just put them on there extra long. Okay guys, I got the center bracket for the large light cut.